Welcome. This video is going to explore making a Coke snowflake with BYOB. So hopefully you've already watched the other video and you roughly understand what the snowflake, how it's drawn, how it's created from a bunch of triangles. The version we're going to draw doesn't have the interior lines, so all we see is the exterior of the shape. And so we want to use BYOB to draw something like this, and we're going to use that same idea of recursion that we saw in the tree program, where we define how to draw the shape by doing a smaller version of the same thing to draw this basic shape. So kind of like the tree, we need to come up with two different cases. The base case, the absolute final step, and then how you do a more complicated step. So a final step, kind of the final layer for any one of those pieces, is to just draw a little straight line. Right? At some level, there's just a bunch of little straight lines that connect here. So our base level for a snowflake is just going to be draw a straight line. Right? Nice and simple. So let's switch over to my snowflake program. And here we've got just a script to get us reset. And I'm going to go ahead and make a new block. Draw a snowflake. And I'm going to use the same trick. Percent size, percent levels. Oops, did I run out of room? I think I might have. Yeah, it just doesn't want to show me anything more out there. So we'll go fix it up. I want this to be a motion block and a command. Okay, so my levels, I just got to fix that. All right, so this is going to start kind of like the tree, right? The size tells me how far to go. This is a little easier than the tree because I don't have to have the character come back. My goal is just to actually move forward. So move size. Right, and that should just have him draw a line. Now, I have to know when it's appropriate to do this step and when it's appropriate to do a more complex step. So, kind of like the tree, the basis of pretty much any recursive function where we define it in terms of itself is a decision. So, am I on the final step? So, if I'm on the last level, if my levels is down to one level, then I just get to move. All right, nice and straightforward. Otherwise, I have to do a more complex thing. So let's go try this one out. Go over to motion, grab my draw snowflake block, and we will say draw a size 200 with one level. Okay, that seems to work. Now we've got to worry about how to make the more complex shape. So the trick is to understand how we divide each side of that triangle up into a smaller triangle. So if I want to subdivide, if I'm pretending this is one side of a triangle and I want to subdivide it, basically it means I need to draw a triangle coming out of the middle. I need to do something like this, which I color-coded this to kind of point out that it's really just four straight lines. So I can say to draw this by saying, hey, go draw a straight line, turn, draw a straight line, turn, draw a straight line, turn, draw a straight line. And I already have this instruction to draw a straight line. This level 1 snowflake is just going to draw a straight line. So to draw my second level, let's see, I need to say draw a level 1, turn, it looks like 60 degrees, draw, turn 120 degrees, draw, turn 60 degrees, draw. So let's go try and implement that. And I may mess this up. We'll see how well I do. So I know I want to start by drawing. So how do I draw a level 2 snowflake? I draw a level 1 snowflake with size. Now I don't want to go the whole size. Really this should be, that's 1/3, this is a third, that's a third. So I want to break this up into 3 equal sized pieces. So we'll say how big to make it. I'll do the size divided by 3. Okay, so I draw one line, and then I need to turn to start going up. And when I looked at the picture, I said I think that's 60 degrees. So we'll turn 60 degrees counterclockwise. And then I need to draw another line. And then, so now I'm at the top. I'm at hopefully the top of the purple segment. So now I need to turn the 120 degrees. And so we'll try doing that. And so I'll turn, oh, that's going the wrong way. So let's turn 120 degrees. So we're heading back down. And then I need to draw the segment coming down. And then I need to straighten myself back out. I've turned 60 degrees to the left, 120 to the right, another 60 to the left should get me back on the original track to draw the blue segment. And then we can draw the final piece. So let's go try this, and hopefully I get that level 2 shape. So we'll tell it to draw size 2. And there it is. And we define the level 2 in terms of the level 1. So what should level 3 be like? Well, level 3 should take each, the red, the purple, the green, and the blue, and do the same process. Split it into, draw 1/3 of it, pop out, draw a segment, come back in, and then finish it up. Something like this. All right, and do the same to the green, the blue, and the red. How would I draw level 4? Well, I'd take each of those lines and break them into thirds. Third, pop out, come back, final third. Something like this. So the process to kind of dig deeper is always the same. How do I do the next level? Well, you just do one more step with what you've got. And that's the kind of thing that really lends itself to a recursive solution. So I want to make this general. Right now it says I always do a size 1/3 the original size. That makes sense. And then I always do a 1 level 1. Well, no, what I really want to do is if I'm currently on level 4, I want this to be 3. If I'm on level 3, I want to say, okay, now go to do 2 more levels. All right. So the way I can express that is take whatever level I'm at and subtract 1. And that's how many more steps you have to do. All right. If I'm on currently drawing this segment and I'm on level 3, I want it to go off and do this level 2 shape here instead of just drawing a straight line. So instead of always using size of 1, we're going to duplicate this. And now we should get kind of a general recipe. So let's clear them out and let's try a 3 level. All right, let's try a 4 level, reset him. And similar to the tree, if you go a ton of levels, he's going to be drawing for a long time as he keeps dividing that side into smaller and smaller pieces, and hardly seems to be making progress at all. This is even worse than I thought it would be, so let's go ahead and kill that, reset him, and let's try 7 levels. Alright, so now we're actually making some visible progress, but you can see that it's almost just a blur there because he's doing so many subdivisions to each side. So if we let him go, what we end up with is a slightly more complex version of this shape, which isn't the full snowflake. It's essentially one side of the triangle. So if I want to make this to be the full triangle shape, what I really need to do is say, okay, draw this side, and then another one coming this way, and another one coming that way. So at this point, that recipe is not the same as the recipe for drawing one side, so I'm going to have to kind of basically just say, hey, draw 3 snowflakes in a row, and turn a little bit between each one. So I can do that pretty easily by saying I want to do 3 times, draw me a snowflake, and I'm reducing the level so it doesn't take too long. And then to do a triangle, I need to turn 120 degrees. So we'll put that in, and all right, there's our snowflake. We can specify exactly how complex we want it to be. The more levels we have, the more times he's going to subdivide each side, and the more intricate that shape is going to be. But it all comes out of that relatively simple description of how this shape works. How do you draw a 5-level one? Well, you go draw 4 4-level ones and do some turns in between. How do you draw a 4-level one? Well, you go draw 4 3-level ones, and you just keep breaking it into smaller versions of the same problem until you reach that base case where when, oh, we're at the final level, level 1, okay, well that's just a straight line.